Few figures in modern history have reshaped their nation so fundamentally and irrevocably as Mustafa Kemal Atatürk did with Turkey. Revered as the father of the Turks, Atatürk was not just a military leader or statesman, he was a revolutionary who pulled a nation from the ashes of an empire and rebuilt it upon a new foundation of secularism, nationalism, and modernization. His life was a bridge between the Ottoman past and the modern Turkish future, and his legacy remains central to Turkey's national identity even a century later. Mustafa Kemal was born in 1881 in Salonika, modern-day Thessaloniki, Greece, then part of the Ottoman Empire. The precise date of his birth is unknown, though it is traditionally celebrated on May 19, the day he began the War of Independence in 1919. Raised by his widowed mother, Zubaydhan, Mustafa Kemal showed signs of discipline and intelligence from an early age. His education at military schools in Monastir, Istanbul, and eventually the Ottoman War College deeply shaped his thinking. It was here that he added Kemal, meaning perfection, to his name and embraced ideas of nationalism, modernity, and Western-style governance, which were rare in the decaying Ottoman elite. Atatürk's early military career was forged in the turbulent late years of the Ottoman Empire. He fought in Libya against Italian forces, 1911–1912, gained distinction during the Balkan Wars, and reached national hero status during World War I, particularly in the Battle of Gallipoli in 1915. At Gallipoli, Mustafa Kemal led Ottoman forces against the British and Anzac troops. His defiant leadership, most famously, the command "I am not ordering you to fight, I am ordering you to die," turned a defensive victory into a legendary moment. Gallipoli solidified his reputation as a brilliant strategist and nationalist figure. Following the defeat of the Ottoman Empire in World War I, the Treaty of Sèvres in 1920 carved up the empire among Allied powers, leaving Turks humiliated and their homeland occupied. The Sultan had become a puppet under foreign control, and resistance movements were rising. On May 19, 1919, Atatürk landed in Samsun on the Black Sea coast to begin organizing the nationalist movement. Through the Erzurum and Sivas congresses, he rallied support, formed a new government in Ankara, and defied both the occupying powers and the Istanbul-based Ottoman Sultanate. On October 29, 1923, Mustafa Kemal proclaimed the Republic of Turkey and became its first president. The Sultanate had been abolished in 1922, and the Caliphate, the spiritual leadership of Sunni Islam, would be abolished in 1924. In 1928, Atatürk replaced the Arabic script with a modified Latin alphabet, making literacy more accessible and detaching the language from religious roots. He also launched the Turkish Language Association to purify Turkish of Arabic and Persian influences and promoted a nationalist version of Turkish history. He pursued state-led industrialization, built infrastructure, and aimed for economic self-sufficiency. Although Turkey remained largely agrarian, these early efforts laid a foundation for modernization. Atatürk's reforms were bold, but they met resistance. Many conservative Muslims opposed the secularization of the state and abolition of the caliphate. Uprisings like the Sheikh Zayed Rebellion, 1925, reflected this backlash. Political opposition was also crushed. The Liberal Republican Party, created as a controlled opposition, was disbanded after it gained too much traction among conservatives. While Atatürk emphasized modernization and democracy, his rule remained authoritarian, particularly in the early years of the Republic. Atatürk never married permanently and had no biological children, though he adopted several girls, including Sabiha Gökçen, the world's first female fighter pilot. He was known for his sharp intellect, charisma, love of learning, and deep passion for Turkish culture. He enjoyed literature, music, and horseback riding, and was known to enjoy drinking and smoking heavily. He insisted that his image not be turned into a cult. However, his portrait would later become a near-sacred symbol across Turkey.